All right, guys, I just kind of wanted to show you on most zero turns how you can actually disengage the zero turn to be able to push it or be able to pull it if it gets stuck out in a field because the engine dies or something happens to the machine, it's not working, the mower goes bad, whatever happens, and you just need to move it out of your shop, wherever. This is on almost all of them. So most of them will have a brake unless it's a Hustler model. Some of those Hustler models, basically what happens is they have a brake system that's actually engaged in the handles where you need to move the handles to a neutral position. And on most of them, it'll show you on the actual machine on the frame somewhere that it'll tell you whenever you put it in there, it'll go to neutral. It'll have another arrow showing that it'll go to park whenever you put the handles out. And the next step is a majority of machines either on the top of the frame in the back or usually on the bottom is where most of them will have it, is going to be an actual pull lever or tab. And so you're going to pull that out. You'll have them on both sides for each individual transaxle. And now this is on most residential ones. However, a lot of your commercial ones that have a little bit bigger hydraulic pumps, you'll actually have to pull up the bed. Most of them in the back will actually have a lever or a tab that you're going to have to pull on the actual seat itself to be able to unlock it to pull it up. And then you'll actually, most of them, if you go down in either here on the transaxle or on the side of them, they'll usually have, basically it looks like a giant bolt and there'll be a hole going through it, and you'll actually have to just pop it loose barely. And then once you do that, guys, on all those machines, after that, you'll be able to actually simply grab and push the machine. And you can see I'm just doing that with one hand. This is a smaller residential machine, but that's how you do it on most of them. Like I said, they're going to have a brake that you have to disengage, or they do not have a brake. You'll have to put your handles in neutral. There'll be a tab or lever in the back you'll have to pull and hold out. Occasionally, I do find and do see that some of those levers in the back are not actually installed correctly to where they're not pulling it enough to where sometimes we go to push it and it won't actually move, and you'll actually have to hold the tab out, and then you'll notice that it'll be able to roll. And likewise, like I said, on the larger commercial machines, you'll actually have to lift up the bed here and get to the pump, and like I said, it'll be a giant, looks like a very large bolt. It's usually like a size, I think like 21 or 19. It's fairly large, and it'll have a hole through it because some of them will actually have a little pin that goes through it. You can just simply grab and break it loose to actually disengage the transaxle on the larger commercial machines. But as far as these smaller residential ones, they're more simple. Just break, or you put the handles in neutral, you pull the lever or the tab that's either on the top of the frame or the bottom from the transaxle, and after that you'll be able to move it easily. But that's just a general way to be able to move them on almost all zero turns. But just leave questions if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below. If you're having issues finding it or having issues moving it, just let us know like the make or model, and we'll give you the information to be able to actually move it or tell you how to be able to disengage it. But y'all guys have a good one.